Hey Saqib, what's going on?
Hey John, how's it going, bro? You good?
Good. So I guess this will technically be episode one of my new online interview show that I'm looking to do. Um, what I'd like to really call this show, since this is my first episode, what I'm kind of going with, and I guess I'll explain this to you a little bit, and for my hopefully my new viewers, is I'm going with kind of what I'm going to call the testimonial technique. And what I'd like to do is actually anybody that I interview for my website, I'm going to feature quotes or any video testimonials that other people have done. Like, if you let's say you maybe are selling a product, or you just have people that you've worked with in general through marketing, and they've said positive things about you. Then I'd like to also feature those videos on this interview post.
Awesome.
So, pretty much a win-win for you, really. But, yeah, I mean, so I think we just randomly met on Facebook, right? I think we just friended one another. Probably
Yeah.
some mutual friends.
It's been about maybe I think 2, 3 months now.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing, I thought I'd mention that I thought was pretty unique about you is you actually really took the time to get to know who I was, whereas most people are immediately trying to get me into their business and join them in an opportunity. I mean, is that something that you'd say kind of puts you, makes you a little bit more unique from other people? Like, would you say that that's something that makes you stand out a little bit more from a lot of the people out there these days?
Definitely. I mean, honestly, not just me, but many other marketers who do the same thing. Now, you actually hit the nail on the head, John, because what you said is the main reason why so many people fail online. That is the number one success killer. Too many people are wrapped up in the idea of, join me, I got this, I got that. Whereas, really, no one cares what you've got.
Yeah.
They only care about, everyone has problems, right? If you can solve a problem with your solution, then that right there is a win-win. In this industry, internet marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, people join people, not businesses. And a lot of people fail to, they fail to recognize that. And because they, straight off the bat, they send a message and they'll shoot their link at the bottom saying, join me. Straight away, that'll put me off. I'm sure it will put you off as well.
Yeah, I get it all the time.
Exactly. Same here. I have had it myself. But sometimes I do try and reverse the role onto them, and it works. But
Yeah.
we can talk about that at a different time. But yeah, that is one of the main reasons why people fail. And if you automatically do what I've done and what other marketers do, because I know I'm not the only one who does this. If you do take time out to get to know a person, what they're about, who they are, what they do, it makes things a lot easier. And it's about building the rapport, really, because that's what this industry is about.
Yeah.
The key is in the word network marketing, networking, not spamming.
Exactly. Yeah, not spamming. Which, I started. I've been following that course. The Facebook cash method, which essentially in a nutshell is just building relationships. And I'm finding these people, I'll start talking to them, and then they're immediately trying to pitch me on something they don't even want to take the time to get to know me. And it's just, it's kind of sad. But that's just how people are. There's going to be plenty of them out there.
Definitely, I'm sure you heard of the saying, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink it.
Yeah,
the same
I've
thing.
heard that before.
The same thing applies online. You can help people out, but you can't force them to see things your way. If they want to go out there and make things difficult for themselves, even after you've tried to help them, then so be it. There's only so much you can do. Your time is valuable. My time is valuable. It's our most valuable asset. Because I remember one time, this girl actually hit me up on Facebook, and she spammed me, and I actually told her, I'm not going to say her name here for certain reasons, but
Yeah.
I told her, Jane, for example, let's say Jane. I told her, Jane, your marketing is all wrong. What if I showed you an effective way of marketing, which will help you get results and build your business, much more quicker, much more easier. And basically she just replied with the words, and I quote, F you, I don't need your help, I know what I'm doing. And I was like, all right, cool. And that's it. I was like, all right, next.
Yeah.
People like that, you don't want in your business. You don't want, around you, because number one, they're negative and they're going to zap your energy and they're going to, just suck the energy out of you. It's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get people like that, simple tip, move on. It's an abundant world. You see, it's all mindset. Everything's in the mind. A lot of people they think, there's so many people in one company, I won't get any sign-ups. Well, if you think like that, then guess what? That's what's going to happen,
Yeah.
So you've got to think abundantly, just move on. It's all a numbers game, as most people say,
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's kind of, I was using sort of a comparison, it's something I've been thinking about blogging about actually is I've had some success with like online dating, and if you think about how, there's probably tons of people online who they try to jump right into things, like they want to meet someone right away, or they're really just jumping the gun and they're not really taking the time to get to know somebody. And it's almost like the same exact thing when it comes to marketing online, is taking the time to
exactly
get to know people. I'm planning on writing a blog about it because I thought it'd be a pretty good comparison in a way if I can get it the right way.
That's great. Also, one thing I love about that is the comparison. Not many people can write about stuff like that. I'm not sure if you read my blog post, but I like keeping things that are that have that power. They stand out. So I think being creative, which what you're talking about, is great. So go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm going for with this show too. I've been reading a blog. Do you read a blog called Social Triggers at all?
I've heard of it. Yeah. But I haven't actually checked it out.
Yeah, I've been reading that blog a lot recently, and that it's kind of given me the idea for I actually went on a webinar, and that gave me the idea to start up the show. I found out there's a few other people doing this similar kind of thing with the show, and I wanted to try to make it a little bit more unique, where I spin it off with maybe just doing a little bit more and promoting the interviewees, so to speak. And, I noticed there's tons of blogs out there where people have like testimonials about the particular people who run the blogs. So I thought it'd be cool to maybe, if I'm interviewing successful people, then there's most likely other people that are following them that have already worked with them and have good things to say about them. So I could maybe like use that as, kind of a trigger that if I start getting a bigger user base, then more people are going to be interested in listening to these people. Like, why would, there's 10 people that like working with this person, so I should maybe go check out their blog or check out the product that they're offering, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the idea I'm going on. Pretty simple, but there's not really anyone doing that.
There you go. Standing up for the crowd,
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? Also, it may be simple, but I've always said the key is in the simplicity. No, simplicity is the key. Keep things simple. The more you complicate them, the more difficult it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess a little bit more on you. Like, how did you actually get started doing online marketing and blogging?
It's actually been 4 years for me now since online. So late 2008, early 2009 it was. I was actually in college at that time.
Yep.
And I was looking for a job because the economy sucked back then. Not as much as it sucks now, but it sucked back then. And so I was looking for a job, and I turned to the internet, just go to Google, type in jobs available in the area, wherever you live, and I came across Reed. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's basically I think it's the #1 job site here, well, in the UK.
Okay.
So I went on Reed and I just applied for a boatload of jobs, really.
Yeah.
And some guy got back to me, and it was related to actually, do you know, like broadband services? You have broadband, you have phone lines and TV packages.
Right.
It was related to that. It was a company called Tiscali. I believe it was Tiscali. And basically it was, I can't remember exactly, but it was basically on the idea where you sell the service to people, and every month you get a certain amount of their payment as commissions because you introduce the customer to the company. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, that's how it started. And then under the same person, I got introduced to internet marketing, a company. Well, I'm not going to say the company, but I got introduced to internet marketing, and I struggled. I'll be honest, I struggled. I found it really difficult at the start. Just so many things, because it's a whole new skill set. It's a whole new industry. You have to learn so many things at the start.
Yeah.
And it really hit me because I literally went maybe 12 months, I would say, without making a single dollar or single penny online. But, you've got to be consistent. You've got to be willing to succeed and willing to learn. And that's what I was. I mean, some may call it crazy. I personally think it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't quit because it really has changed my life right now in so many ways. Mentally, financially, emotionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely. So yeah, and then I started jumping from company to company, which a lot of people do as well. They jump from company to company, and they think they make money by jumping, which they don't. You make money by actually marketing a company, not by jumping from company to company, which I did. So I hold my hands up to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so for at least maybe a year or two, I was doing that, and then I joined my first MLM company. I joined, which was a juice company. Got in that. I spent, I think it was about £2,000 overall, which is about, I think, just over $4,000
Wow.
on a monthly auto ships, and my return was zero. So I left that, and I thought, hey, it's a company, so I left that. When actually, in reality, as I've gone on, I've learned over time that it was actually me, not the company.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people play the blame game. They say, "Oh, it's not me, it's the company," and blah blah blah. But actually, that's not the case. It's you yourself. If the company was bad and was a scam, then why are so many other people making money in that same company who live in the same town as you? So that's my fault. So obviously, at that time, my knowledge wasn't where it is now, and of course, I don't know everything. I'm still learning. We're always learning. Every day we learn. So. Yeah, so I left that, joined another juice company. Again, same thing happened. And it was actually last year where I got in a program. I was actually following a great leader. So I got in his program. It's another company I got in. And since I joined that, things have really picked up. And that's where I got into blogging quite heavily as well.
Yeah.
And, it's changed my mindset. It's been a wild ride, But right now, I'm grateful for everything, what I've got, what I have, the people around me, the people who support me, even my mentors who inspire me, I mean, it's a beautiful industry, but people, it's got a bad rep because of some people who, say it's a scam because they themselves are, they haven't got the right mindset. They think it's a get rich quick industry when it isn't.
Yeah.
It's just, so yeah, I mean, that's how I got started, and so now 4 years, still going strong, and I'm gonna carry on going.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I've been, just because you've mentioned it so many times during the call is, his mindset. That's something I keep hearing. I think I even saw someone post on Facebook this morning. They said that 90% of your results are mindset.
Mindset, yeah.
And I mean, that's something. I mean, and I've had the problems with the blame game because I was in a company too, a fitness company, and their main auto ship was a shake, or basically something that you promote, and it's like it was difficult to, I basically did that for 2 years and had a little bit of success here and there, but I never got any signups. I mostly just got sales, and I never really ended up in the positive overall. But I still continued with it for 2 years until I got introduced to kind of the more online world of blogging. So I decided to get into that too.
Yeah.
But that's something I've definitely the mindset stuff. That's something I've been learning a lot about. Personal development. I know is something that most of these companies promote all the time. So that's something that I think anybody should get involved in.
I mean, if you're watching this right now and you have no idea what I mean or what John means by personal development, go to Google and check out, or go to YouTube and check out guys like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, for example. Jim Rohn is a great speaker. He's my favorite speaker. Jim Rohn. You got Les Brown. You got Bob Proctor. There's loads. I mean, there's so many speakers out there that you can listen to. You know, so go check them out, and you'll see they're powerful. You know, and powerful stuff.
Yeah. One of my favorite books that I've read, and I would recommend anybody to pick this up. I mean, it's a very general book. You know, you could apply this to anything. And one of my mentors recommended this book. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, that's probably my favorite of them all. The other one that I really liked is The Slight Edge with Jeff Olson.
Yeah, I know that.
That's a great one. That's really like, you know, most principles in the world you could base around that book, where it's just things happen over a progressive amount of time, and so long as you're consistent, you know, results don't come tomorrow. They may come in a year from now, but you've got to stay consistent with it.
Definitely. Another great one is a 4-hour work week. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I've actually I just started reading that actually. That's Tim Ferriss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like on page like 30 or something like that. I've been reading the PDF at work and stuff on my lunch breaks.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. Yeah, I've got that as well. That's a killer book, you know.
Yeah, I really like the way it's starting out. I know it's going to be a good read when I get through it. I'm kind of like, you know, I'm just nervous I'm going to get in trouble reading it at work or something.
Well,
what are you reading? Oh, I'm reading, you know, like the tagline of the book is like How to Escape Your 9 to 5 or something like that. And
yeah.
You know, worried that my boss is going to come by and see what I'm doing. What are you reading? Oh, I can't really tell you. But, you know. So yeah,
no,
I mean, I guess another good question I thought I'd ask is, you know, like what are you primarily like promoting nowadays in terms of online marketing? Like, have you created any of your own products, or are you mostly doing affiliate marketing?
I'm mainly in affiliate marketing right now. Yeah, maybe in the future I will make my own products, but right now I'm mainly focused on affiliate marketing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in quite a few. I'm in multiple affiliate programs right now. Probably about, I'd say 4 or 5. But I mainly promote, well, one of them, which you know, John, already what it is.
Yeah, I think I have an idea.
Yeah, that's my main one. But I'm also in 3 or 4 others that I've also, you know, made money in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna focus on that. Just learn and grow. You know, just build on that. And once, you know, things are rolling like consistently, you know, like the big checks, you know, are coming in. Then you know, I'll move on and focus on something else while that's still rolling, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard a lot of folks are doing, you know, kind of a cross between like getting focused on something, or a lot of people are able to do the multiple streams of income, and they can, you know, do several programs at once. I mean, I think a lot of it too comes down to, you know, if what, you know, how far along you are with things. I mean, I've tried to join a couple others, but I feel like with a regular job, like just having one right now is enough for me. And there's so much information to take in as it is. You know.
Definitely, yeah. But I know, because I also used to work full. Do you work full time or part time? Part time, isn't it?
I'm just part time doing this.
Part time. Yeah, I used to work full time in a job as well. So I remember once I actually worked in the retail industries for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually after I started looking for jobs online. When the guy earlier in the interview, I said a guy got in touch with me for promoting fiscally. This was actually before I actually got my job. And while I had my job, I was still doing the whole online thing, but I was very new to it. But yeah, I was working as well in a full-time job. I remember once I worked 10 days straight, 9 a.m. to about 7:30 with no breaks in between. I mean, no days off in between.
Yeah.
It was a killer. So, I mean, I know how hard it can be to find hours, find time to put in for your business. Because when you get home, you know, you're tired, you eat, you're tired. You don't really want to, you know, do more learning or, you know, focus. You just want to chill out, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's kind of like where I've been, you for me, I've been trying to like step it up a little more. Whereas I know that most people coming home, they're doing those things. They're watching TV or they're playing, playing video games or just not really doing anything other than working every day. They just go to work and then they do other things in their free time. And I've been trying to do a lot of this internet stuff in my free time so I can eventually get to the point where I can move away from the 9 to 5 and actually,
definitely
do this.
The TV. One great marketer called it the idiot box.
yeah, I think I've heard that many times.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. But so me personally, for the past maybe year now, I probably watch maybe 1 hour of TV the whole week. And that's something, because most of the stuff, number one, is garbage anyway. It's just all negative, negative BS. Yeah, negative BS, number one. And number two, it's not going to help you get what you want in life. If you have big goals, if you have big dreams, if you have a strong, solid vision, watching TV is not going to help you achieve that. TV is, I think, one of the biggest distractions.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's one of the things I hear about the most. I mean, for me, my thing has always been video games. But I know for most people, adults in general, it's just TV is the big killer for time. That's what they spend a good amount of their time on in their free time.
I mean, 2-3 hours a day of TV. I mean, forget 2 or 3, 4 or 5 hours a day of TV. I know people who spend that long watching TV. I'm like, I mean, no wonder you're, you come to me and you tell me, I'm not getting results, what do I do? And I ask you, okay, what have you done today for your business? Not much. I wanted to, but my favorite TV show came on, so I watched that instead. Now, what do you think? What do you think is going to get you what you want? Watching your favorite TV show, or doing just one, maybe 2 things for your business every day? Yeah. It's common sense, It's obvious. The answer is obvious.
Yeah, I actually I have like a program that I use to organize everything I do for my goals, and I made a daily task list of like, here are things that I could do on a regular basis, just to do daily. And at the very top, in one of the training videos I heard, some guy said that, this exact quote. He said, it's not what you do, it's what you do daily.
Yeah.
So I put that right at the top of my list in big, bold, quotes. So I have that every time I go and look at that.
Definitely.
Something else I did too, that anybody can go do this, is if you go out to any big name store, buy a whiteboard, and you can write your goals down on that, and have that, so somewhere that you'd see it every day. I have one actually at the door behind me. It's on the other side of the door, but I have a whiteboard on there so I could write things down. Which,
definitely.
I don't think a lot of people do. It seems like a lot of people don't do these things. Keeping
no, they don't.
Things like that.
Being consistent is the key. That's one of. You know what? I'll give you the formula to success right now. Yeah. Consistent action plus applied knowledge equals success. That's all you need to do.
I've heard that.
People say knowledge is power, which to an extent, is correct. But I personally agree, applied knowledge is where the true power is at. Because you can read and read and read and read and learn and learn and learn and watch and watch and watch and watch, and it'll go in there. Okay, it's great. But how is it benefiting you in there if you're not going to put it forward and implement what you learn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
applied knowledge plus consistent action equals success. That's the formula for success.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I mean, that's something, I'll admit I've even struggled with some of those things, especially with the whole learning thing when getting into the internet marketing. There's so much stuff out there. It's so overwhelming.
Definitely,
what do I really want to do? And I think I've found this is something that, I wanted to start doing these interviews and then see if this takes off. And, I like, I talk on the phone all day for my regular job. So, I mean, it's easy for me to talk with people. And I've always been known to I've had some folks at work even make fun of me because there's people who piss off everybody in the department I'm in, that when they call, it's like a nightmare that they don't want to deal with these people. And
okay.
I had a bet with some guy once. I said, I actually told, I think it was 3 or 4 people, I said, I bet you when I talk to this guy, I never even talked to him. I said, I bet you by the end of the conversation, I'll have him added on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like that, I'd show that much rapport with him. I could build enough of a relationship just chatting with him. In one call, I'd be able to get him on my good side. And I actually got him to add me as a friend, and they were all like blown away. They were like, how did you know, everybody like hates the guy because of how he just had this like demeaning tone with people.
Yeah.
And they just didn't want anything to do with him. So when he called in, they didn't want to take it. And the guy like loves me.
There you go. The power of rapport.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
it's just like getting to know people. Get to know them, understand them.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has a need to be appreciated, to be loved in some way, to be, congratulated even.
Yeah.
It really does boost their morale, If you go out there and tell someone, or online for example, if you have team members who are doing well, go out on Facebook and write an update, saying big shout out and congrats to whoever.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. I just want to, let you know, keep it up, just something simple like that can make a big difference to your team morale, your own morale, their morale. Overall, everyone wins,
Yeah, I mean, those little compliments I've heard can go a really long way. That's some of the things I've read in a lot of these books.
Definitely.
That makes a big difference.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's about taking action, really. I mean, not just in business, but in life. I mean, for example, now I enjoy going to the gym, keeping fit. Now, if you want to lose fat or build muscle or, whatever, it's not going to happen by sitting at home.
Yeah.
You've got to take action to make it happen. Or, for example, if you drive and you want to go from point A to point B and say you've got very low supply of petrol or diesel in the car, obviously you've got to take action to fill up your tank so you can go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Everything comes down and comes back to taking action. If you take no action, you will never get results, period.
Yeah.
And I know some people say never say never, but in this case, I can say that because I know if you do not take action online, you're never going to get results. And that's just the way it is. Either live with it or do it, take action. Otherwise, you will struggle and you will end up quitting. And then people will go and call it a scam.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of interesting posts where I think I saw someone post, they were talking about how people are willing to go out and buy, things like cigarettes or coffee, and, they'll spend in a week $25, but they're not willing to put down a little bit of money to maybe improve, do something so simple or join an opportunity or get involved in anything, really. It's kind of stinks because it's mostly the people that that are negative or say things like scam. It's because they basically had bad results. It's something I've learned big time in the last couple of years is when most people are negative in general, it's because usually they're jealous.
Yeah, they hate, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's almost the bottom line, and in a lot of cases that's usually the case.
Oh, I mean, like I said, they got results, which also means they joined for 2 days, made no money, so left.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that, really,
Really, you've got to be in something for at least 90 days.
Yeah.
Whether it's to do with fitness or whether it's to do with business, whatever, 90 days, you've got to be consistent every day. And then, if you're still not getting results, then you've got to look at what you're doing. Maybe you can tweak something. I mean, you should be testing what's working anyway, because then you know what's working and what isn't. So obviously what isn't working, you can stop doing it. And what is working, you carry on doing it.
Yeah.
The testing and tracking is very, very important online. Or, well, even if you're doing fitness stuff, I mean, I know I keep saying fitness, but that's because I love keeping fit and going to the gym. So I like to test and track and measure my results as well. So very important stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally know where you're coming from with the fitness stuff because the other MLM I was in was actually a fitness company. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I'm trying to think what else would we what I want to discuss in this call. I think we've covered quite a bit. I know it's pretty late for you there. We're probably going on like 40 minutes here.
Yeah, near
I'm
enough.
on a phone call. Could you take off? I'm on a phone call.
All right, but
Yeah,
I was going to tell you to close. John, I'm putting the pizza in the
All right,
refrigerator.
Well, that'll be a good ending to this call.
That's alright. You've got to love. Wait, do you know what? People love stuff like that.
Yeah,
It was live.
my family's pretty entertaining. I thought about like
Just
recording
roll
them.
with it, you know.
I thought about
Just
recording
roll.
them and stuff because they're like, you know, having something like on YouTube and I could just see it going
Yeah.
viral because you'd have to be here and know them. But I mean, I live with my folks right now, so
Yeah.
just kind of saving for my own place and you know hoping to get out of here soon. But for the moment, that's what I have to deal with.
Well, it's alright. Just roll with it, man.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather live with it a few more months and you know get my tax return and be able to get my own place than move out of here and not be ready for it. You know.
Definitely.
So
Let's make it happen, bro.
yeah, but yeah, what was I saying? I mean, I know it's pretty late there. What is it? Almost like it's 9 o'clock here. So
1:15 a.m.
yeah. So I mean, if you want to get going, I know we're probably pushing on. How much time? What time is it?
I mean, if you got a couple questions, I don't mind answering. That's cool.
Yeah,
You know.
I had like a good list here of general questions that I was technically going to ask. Some of them I already have. Let's see. I guess really this would be a good one to cover. Would be what are some of your favorite strategies? I know obviously when it comes to chatting with people on Facebook, I know just from that's one of the things that you've been doing most likely.
Great question. Blogging, my own video marketing. This is powerful stuff. Video marketing, social media, Facebook, as you know already.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were main three: Facebook, blogging, and videos. Videos are great. I mean, I used to be camera shy.
Yeah.
I never wanted to go to the camera. I was like, what if I look like this? What if I talk too fast? What if I talk too slow? I mean, I know I talk fast, but that's a habit that I've had for many, many years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've got to live with it. And I try and speak slow, but sometimes I get excited,
You seem fine on the call. I mean,
it's
I'm used
great.
to it. I have a friend who he talks so much. It's like it goes sometimes out one, in one ear and out the other. He talks so much, I just have to like tune him out.
Wow, but well, I mean, as long as you guys can understand what I'm saying, it's all good.
Yeah.
But videos are great. Videos are powerful. So really, I started videos. I think I've got nearly 150 odd videos now on my YouTube channel.
Wow.
So it's great stuff.
And I assume you must be getting a good amount of traffic from that. I mean, several thousand views.
I've got. I think last time I checked, it was just over 6,000.
6,000 views.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. Yeah.
so far. So I'm still working on building that. My aim is to get as close to about 100,000 by the end of the year.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
Hopefully.
I know video marketing's huge. It's funny because I really haven't done much with YouTube, but I put up a video I made with my cell phone doing a project for my car. I actually painted it myself using this special paint, and I put a video up, and I got I think it's over 4,000 views now, and I literally didn't optimize it at all. Like I didn't. I literally had no clue that it was gonna do as well as it has, and I think it's just I hit it at a specific amount of time, at the right time. It's kind of like a fad right now. This whole thing that I did, so people are looking for it,
Yeah, video marketing can be if you know what to do and certain things to do, then it can really, really take you, make your income, tenfold, hundredfold, whatever,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still learning, like I said in videos, I'm still learning, so over time, I'm going to start implementing and, growing. Things look great,
Yeah.
I mean, I love this stuff. It's a passion, marketing online, helping other people. I mean, that's one of my main goals, just helping people, and I want to give back, to my parents, my family, the community, the world in general, just making a difference around the world,
Yeah.
There are so many people who are worse off than us. So many. And I mean, it's just about helping out, really, you know.
Yeah. I mean, in general, it feels good when you help someone. And,
Yeah.
You know, if someone were to come to you and say, "Hey, you know, you really helped me out," or you know, you're helping me make money, or whatever it is, or they're doing better with, you know, who knows? Could be anything really, blogging or
Yeah.
just anything online. You know, definitely feels good to help people.
Or even life in general, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, I mean, and with this industry, it's possible. You know, all you've got to be focused, be committed. You know, have goals, have a good why you got in the industry, what you want out of the industry. I mean, I've already told you why I got into it, because I want to give back and make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
That's one of my main reasons. Now, obviously, I'm in it for money as well.
Yeah.
If anyone tells you they're not in it for money, they're chatting a load of breeze.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah. They're in it for money, obviously. So yeah, I'll admit that I'm in it for money. I want my lifestyle, the one that I want, but at the same time, I also want to achieve those other things as well, because they're a lot more meaningful to me and they're a lot more powerful.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You know, I mean, you know, it's kind of, you know, I've been noticing a lot of the people I've been adding on Facebook. It's like, you know, you can tell a lot of these people aren't really like people. Like, they don't really want to get to know other people. They just want to like make money, and that's it. You know, I think the bigger thing is that if people are actually willing to give value and actually help one another, then it's gonna reap the rewards in the end, really.
Yeah, there was a quote, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Mike Dillard who said it. Your income is directly proportionate to the value you give the marketplace. Have you heard that one?
I don't know that I've heard that one. I've heard similar, you know, similar types of things like that.
Yeah. But that's a quote that, I mean, and I've always tried to go by that quote, trying to give as much as possible, you know, just give value, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole idea behind this, this show that I'm trying to do here, you know. Give people value, you know, like, you know, if I get lots of visitors to this site, then people are going to get to know you as well as me.
Definitely. I mean, it's a win-win for me and you know, or anyone else you interview, you know.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I succeed, you succeed, we all succeed. That's the main thing, I think.
Yeah. So let's see what else here. Obviously, a little rusty here since this is really like the first interview I've ever done with anybody.
It's alright. I think you're doing a great job, man. I mean, the thing is, people are too afraid of taking action. They're scared of failing.
Mm.
But if you're in that comfort zone and you're scared of failing, then you won't achieve the true things that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
You've got to step out of your comfort zone. I always tell, you know, my followers, my team members, you've got to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you can do that, then you can achieve anything you want. Period.
Yeah, I mean, something that I've even struggled with, you know, I can have pretty good one-on-one conversations with people, and I used to be really shy when I was younger, but I'm still not great with groups of people. Like, I actually went to an event for, you know, when I was in this past MLM, I went to an event, you know, there was like 200 people in the room, and they had everybody stand up and shake strangers' hands behind you, you know, and that's something to me, like, I wouldn't normally feel comfortable just introducing myself to a person that was in a group of people.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Kind of, you know, stuff like that. So it's little things like that, you know, over time I get better with, you know, the video stuff and the talking on the phone and things like that I'm pretty good with, because I kind of do a lot of the phone stuff during the day and my day job, you know.
Exactly. I mean, experience, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
You can only learn by experiencing. Now me, my first video, it pretty much sucked, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I look back at it now and I'm like, wow, I look like such a, like a dog bag, like a dog bag, you know?
Yeah.
But, obviously, you know, I thought, you know what, I really don't care. I'm just gonna do what I'm doing, you know, just carry on. Because I knew from the start, the more I do it, the more I'll improve.
Mm.
And that's what I've been doing. And so yeah, and I've been doing it since, and I'm gonna continue doing it. So, I mean, that's what it's about, learning and growing at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, I guess a good question. I figured, I know you said when you started, obviously you failed in that juice company you did. Like, when did you finally have like a breakthrough? Like, what was like one of your first like major goals that you hit?
To be honest, I can't remember how after how long it was when I started. But I think the first time I made money online was with a program. It wasn't very big at the time.
Yeah.
I think that the very first income I made was $125 in one go. And then with that same program, there was a monthly promotion that the owner used to do, and I used to get, I think it was around $300 or $400 every month.
Yep.
For that. I mean, really, that was my first breakthrough. That first payment showed, that first payment gives you belief. It shows you that, exactly, And now I'm saying, if I can do it, then anyone can do it. Because obviously, I was a noob. I had no knowledge. I sucked, at marketing. I sucked at, doing videos or blogging, whatever. But, I mean, like I said, if you're focused, if you've got strong goals, if you've got a vision, instead of pushing yourself to do it, your vision, your goals, your dreams will pull you to do it,
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I think that was the first breakthrough. It was actually, I think I used to use, LinkedIn. I think it was LinkedIn. I can't remember exactly, but I think I used to use LinkedIn, and that's what I used to get my results on. LinkedIn and directmatches.com.
I'm not
I
familiar with that one.
don't know if that's around now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's around now, but
Doesn't ring a bell.
yeah, I use that. I haven't used that in like 2-3 years now, so yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first breakthrough, and since then, things were like fluctuating, they were up and down, up and down. I was getting leads, I was making sales, and then I had that period with the MLM, where I got nothing, no leads, no sales, so I really don't know what happened there. But and then I was like that for a while, and then last year I joined something, and since then things have gone like whoosh, It's the calls. I mean, if you plug into calls like every day, things begin to get into your subconscious, and you start thinking differently, you start speaking differently, you're more conscious of what you say, what you do, who you surround yourself with,
Yeah.
and things like that really helped me a lot.
Yeah,
So
no,
I mean,
I
if you
definitely
can't,
agree,
yeah,
it's interesting because when you hear, I jumped on a call. I think it was Monday night, and they just really like, it's almost like they're rehashing a lot of the information, but it's like they just want to drill like a message into your head that you gotta think positive, and the mindset is really coming into play. And it, at first I was like, do I really want to get on this? Because it wasn't something that was like a paid course or training, whereas I have plenty of stuff I could be going through that I've actually paid for, or
yeah,
and it's like, what should I, but then I still jump on these calls, and some of them it's like, wow, I really, I'm glad I did this, because it got, instead of going and watching TV for an hour, I'm doing something that's like getting my mind going, and
definitely. I mean, I used to love music. Yeah, a year ago, 2 years ago, I used to love music like proper. But now I've really gone off music. I mean, number one, music now. I mean, this is my personal opinion. Music nowadays, most of it is pretty much garbage.
I guess
pop
it's
and
all
whatever.
what you're into,
Yeah.
One of my one of my side websites is completely music based.
Yeah, no, I know about. I mean, what I'm into personally, from my own opinion, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, obviously, of course, it depends on what genre you're into, what type of music you're into.
Yeah.
But the type that I'm into, I've just lost interest in it completely.
Yeah.
And I quickly want to show you guys something. I've actually got an iPod Touch, and now most of the stuff I've got on here is actually business related and personal development related. I'm not sure if you can see this, but these are all business training tracks. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all business courses. And I've even got some personal development on here as well. I've got loads of Jim Rohn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of Jim Rohn on here. I've got loads of Tony Robbins as well, and some loads of other stuff as well. That's business and personal development related. So I plug into them more now instead of music. When I go out or when I go down the road, instead of listening to the music, I'll just pop in, one of them. They're short, that 10-minute audios, 20-minute audios. That alone, every day, will really change your mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're awesome. And also, things like that, you can do in the house as well. If you're washing up or if you're, put the clothes out or tidying up, whatever. Just plug in some headphones and listen to it. It's simple. Kill two birds in one stone, tidy up and change your mind at the same time.
Yeah, and it definitely makes sense. I mean, that's something that I've actually started loading a lot of those up onto my iPod. I mean, I've been pretty big fan of music for a long time. Just in general, I spend like thousands of dollars sometimes a year on concerts, or even up to $1,000. I'd say it would be like on average for me in a year. I'd spend on concerts.
You was at concert the other night as well, wasn't you?
What?
You was at a concert the other night as well, wasn't you?
Yeah, I went to one on Tuesday. I'm going to another next Wednesday, this Sunday, and then I'm going to another the following Wednesday.
Wow.
So it's pretty common for me.
Yeah.
New England's one of the biggest, where I live in Massachusetts in the States here, one of the, there's a venue about an hour from me that is pretty big for metal and rock music, so
okay.
That's the scene I'm really into, and I run a website I built because I kind of found, almost similar to this, I found like a niche that didn't really have much out there, so I created a website that's all music videos for a particular style of metal music.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm pretty big into it. I mean, and that's something I've even thought about too. Is do I want to sacrifice some of my commute time and start listening to some of these audios? What I've been doing is I've been listening to some of it while I'm at work and downtime and stuff like that, or my lunch. I'll read.
Yeah.
Things like that, As long as
that's
I'm
great.
sticking with
it makes a big difference.
But yeah, no, I think that's definitely good tips, But what else did I have here? I guess this would be a good one, and since you've been doing marketing for 4 years, if you were to give some words of advice to somebody who were to start marketing online, what would you tell them, if they were starting out from scratch?
From scratch, number one, what I didn't do, focus on building a list. List building is crucial. Ask any marketer, any 5-figure earner, 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner, they will tell you list building. Maybe not the number one thing for them, but it will be in the top 3. List building is definitely in the top 3. Build a list, number 1. Number 2, don't join everything. Don't buy everything.
Yeah.
I would say find one, maybe for the start, maximum 2 mentors or coaches. Get on their email list and read their emails. Find out what they're doing, look at what they're doing, and learn from them. Because the more lists you get on, the more emails you're going to get, and the more distracted you're going to get. And when you lose focus, that's when you start getting overwhelmed and you feel like pulling your hair out.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you're talking about, because I've basically been. I feel like I've sort of narrowed myself into this. For a while, I was like, well, do I want to do this interview thing? And then I decided to, I found a course on it, and I was like, well, it'd be good to go through a course. And I wanted to focus on this because I figured it would be, something a little different, and I kind of like the idea of it. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a great idea, like you said. But yeah, I mean, there are 2 things. Also, one more thing. The main thing is take action. Don't be afraid of taking action. Even if you're going to make mistakes, it's okay. It's alright. That's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just take massive action. They're the 3 things that I would say. If you're a complete newbie, focus on them.
Yeah.
So list building, finding 1 or 2 mentors or coaches and learning from them, and number 3, taking massive action.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with. I definitely agree with those. I've heard so many people talk about how the list is so important as well. Some of
Yeah.
these big guys were doing AdSense years ago, and they didn't build a list.
Oh,
and
yeah.
making thousands, and now they don't have a list, and it's
Plus, the Google's probably slapped them as well.
yeah, exactly. And that stinks really, because now they don't have they have all these people they made money from, but they're never going to see them again. They just maybe hit their website and then never came back. But if they
Yeah.
had properly optimized it for a list building, then maybe they would have actually been able to reach back out to those people in some way
Yeah.
or another. So,
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, what else did I have here? I kind of had like a general 6-question thing. I think I've asked you most of these already. I guess this would be a good one, because I think it kind of ties into the whole theme I'm going with here. Would be what would be some good reasons that people would want to maybe connect with you, or join your mailing list, or what kind of content would you provide to people that are actually going to be joining you in business?
In terms of content, I mix it up. I do blog posts. I do videos as well. Again, sticking in the line of content, I mainly do tips, a lot of tips, how to succeed, lead generation. You know what? Pretty much everything,
Yeah.
I cover a wide range of, business related things that I hope anyone, succeed. Also, my content, I like to be a bit controversial at times,
Yeah, no, that's
'Cause, I mean-
actually. I recently went through a training, and there was a blog post that they use as an example, where they use the idea of the whole content is king. Some people
Yeah.
are going to state that content is a big deal, whereas others might say that design is going to be more of the benefit. And then they talk about how they create controversy by they have this connection of people, a big circle of people. They'll reach
Yeah.
out to 10 people who are really into design, and then 10 people who are really into content, and say, hey, go check out this post. And then they basically get those people to clash together in a
Oh, okay.
he's kind of like out of it, like he's not
Yeah.
he's not really like giving one or the other a benefit of the doubt. He kind of just lets people duke it out, and then creates traffic from it. It's pretty genius, really.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, and I've even seen there's another fellow I'd actually really like to. He's someone I've been talking to about interviewing for this this new show I'm doing as well, and he creates kind of controversy. You might know him. I'm not going to mention his name.
Yeah.
But he creates a lot of controversy. Almost, I don't want to say too much negativity, but he like really, if he's not happy with something, he just goes all out on Facebook, and he gets.
I just says it.